there's nowhere that is being compiled into one really good list after their first post. And well, we're not gonna argue with that. I think they also are doing less than what I would consider incredible job at communication. But that's not the problem. We're not here to fix their communication issues. What we are here to do is to try to put everything that we are pretty comfortably confirmed in one spot and then give it to you guys in a way that makes sense and that you can look at and read for yourselves, and you can see where it came from, who said it. We'll try to give you like as much context as possible. I can probably put dude a task on like making sure we get as much of that as possible. But yeah, so that's the goal. The goal is to get all of the info that has come in over the last, let's say, 2 months, basically, from whether it be the community crunch or from Discord posts that they've made, and we're gonna just put it all in one place so you can see exactly what is true and that has been mostly confirmed. I think we're going to avoid things like we're going to avoid everything that hasn't been pretty specifically confirmed, like redundantly. So we're not going to say when we think it's coming out. We're not going to, none of that. This is stuff that has been said and more or less confirmed, and we can show you where it was said. And that's the most important thing. We're not going to tell you what they said and then have you try to figure out whether or not we're full of it, misunderstood it, didn't see the context, whatever. We're going to show you where it is and you can decide for yourselves. So that's the goal here today. Are you ready?
I'm ready if Chad is ready.
Chat, are you ready? Are you ready to start? Because it's a lot of info and I'm going to make do a lot of work as we go. I didn't tell him this ahead of time, but I've already got it planned. What's up, Guts? How you doing, brother? Chad, are you ready? are you, Chad, are you ready? Mm, mm. Okay. Okay. Um, okay. Anyway, it's too hot for this mess.
No. Luckily, I'm
Got this
bald, so
ready.
it's like not too bad for me.
Since we're gonna do some wizarding. Okay. So we have a lot of pictures. Now they're kind of small on the screen, so we're gonna go over them as well, and we'll read it out because honestly, there's a ton of info here, and if you guys have questions, try to save them. Try to let us get through as at least as much as we can, and uh, and if you have a question about a certain section, maybe note it down or try to remember it. And let's go. Not the ones we sent you in DMs. That would be something completely different. That has nothing to do with ASA, but instead it has to do with ASS. Okay, so no, that is not what we're showing here today. All right,
Oh, man.
dude, do you want to start, bro? Give us. Let's just go down a quick list of everything that we know is more or less confirmed, and then we can go through exactly where it was confirmed, how it was confirmed, who confirmed it, that kind of thing.
Well, that's where this first page that we're going to start with kind of comes into play. All this stuff you see on Willie's screen right now is
One
confirmed.
second, dude. 1 second. Let me just triple check that you are loud enough. 1 second, my friend. I just want to make sure you are good here.
Test, 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 checking, checking.
That should be fun. And then, chat, is it good?
Test,
This is
test,
very
again,
loud. I turned
again.
it up some more.
Can you hear me, chat?
More? All right, let's go more then.
Yeah, I could turn
Much
myself
better?
up too.
No, no, I think we're good. I think we're good. We got you at 100% now. I think we're good. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and we'll do the kind of the whole list first, and then we'll go through where that's been confirmed, like where you got it from. And you can start. You can just do top to bottom if you want. I don't know if you put these in any specific order when you did it,
Nope, no
but we can just
specific order.
we'll just go top to bottom. Go through them kind of medium speed. We don't need to iterate. We'll iterate as we go.
Gotcha. Well, let's start with the top. First off and foremost is no pre-order. This is huge. A lot of people have asked this many, many times. They still get asked in Discord. There's no pre-order for the game. UE5,
Wait, wait,
they
wait. There's also no preload, right? So it's going to
correct,
be you buy it and then you can put it on your PC. There's no preload at all, which is at the very
correct.
least that would have been nice. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
And that's due to early access games. Anything that's early access game cannot be preloaded. So it's
There you
not
go.
even Ark's choice. As we know, ASA has been upgraded to UE5. They're specifically using 5.2 at the moment with a couple of 5.3 plugins. UE5 brings Nanite, Lumen, and NVIDIA's RTX DI. NVIDIA is specifically working inside of ASA to help speed up the process of, increasing FPS and all this other stuff. And that's honestly huge for comparing to Ark Survival Evolved. Like, we're going to gain probably 50 to 60 FPS easily. Behind that, we got a cross-platform multiplayer, cross-platform modding.
All right, let's
There's,
talk about that real quick just to
yep,
give all the versions of that. So for the multiplayer, there's at launch there's three different versions. There is the Steam only. So if you're this now we're talking about official, so keep in mind if you're an unofficial player or you play single player, this doesn't really affect you. But when we talk about cross-platform multiplayer at launch, so end of October, the it will be Steam, which will be by itself. There will be a console only crossplay, so PlayStation and Xbox, and then there'll be the full crossplay. Again, this is at launch, which is Windows version, PlayStation, Xbox, and then in is it December?
yep, December.
They've said in December, and I would treat this as tentatively December, as they've worked out some of the kinks in getting certification, then they're going to merge Steam into the Windows, PlayStation, and Xbox. So at launch, Steam by itself, Windows, PlayStation, and Xbox is one cluster, and then Xbox and PlayStation with no PC is one cluster. Okay,
Yep, correct.
sorry. Continue.
Now you're good. The next big topic is going to be the new content. As we know, there's going to be 2 new DLCs for Ark Survival Ascended, and those are going to be separate costs. I don't remember them announcing the cost. I have screenshots if they did later on in the thing, so we'll cover that later. For the people that do care, the dynamic water, the water's going to move, foliage is going to move, meaning trees and grass. You're going to have new weather systems. I'm not exactly sure what the interactive or the opening cutscene is. We're back to the UE5 of the performance games, instance rendering, higher performance when drawing larger bases, threaded server networking. So they did confirm that the hardware has been upgraded along with UE5's upgrade. They've seen a 80% increase in rendering, which that's massive. 80% compared to what we're used to now. We're talking a totally different game.
All right, so let's talk about those things. So most of the stuff about the water and whatever. What's the one UE5 thing that they can look up? The Fluid Ninja, is that what it's
Fluid
called?
Ninja is the water plugin.
Okay, if you're interested in the water plug-in, it's not just water, right? It's like some water and snow and some
Sand
other
and
stuff,
fire and all
sand.
types of stuff.
Yeah. If you're interested in seeing what that could look like in game, just type in Fluid Ninja Arc or Fluid Ninja Unreal Engine, and that'll show you, that people have done some demos of that. As for the performance gains, obviously this has been probably not tested at the extreme that we'll put it to. I would imagine on
Yeah,
official servers.
this is gonna be dev testing, whatever that consists of.
Right. I mean, it could be play test testing because they are play. The devs at least are play testing, but
Yep.
it's probably not gonna be quite as strong as that. I would imagine. I'd imagine, once you do what official players are gonna do to it, we may have a little bit variance of that. But still, I mean, even if 80% becomes 70%, or I mean,
Even
heck, even if it goes
50%.
down as much as 20 to 50%, yeah, it's still a massive amount of game. And I think the interesting thing too is if you've ever played official and you've been flying around and you're flying, you're just minding your business, and then you die, and then after you die, you see the base render. In theory, according to this, that should no longer happen.
Correct.
So, in theory, we should no longer have to worry about ever dying because something didn't load in. Okay, continue.
The next one is a dynamic navigation mesh and creature pathfinding. So for all you guys that are interested in looking at, the plugin is called Nav Mesh. A modder game developer called Blitzfire911 covered this on Twitter. I think it was last week. He kind of showed what the mesh does inside UE5, kind of how the dynos would work. There's a pretty far in depth of that.
That's nav mesh, right?
Yep.
NAVMESH.
Yep.
Okay. And another thing that they showed what or talked about, they didn't show it, but was AI pathfinding being way better with this
Yep.
upgrade. Meaning, you know how our go to as players a lot of times is just walk it off a cliff. No
Yep.
longer. That will not work anymore, according to them. That will, you're not going to get away with some of the cheesy types of AI pathfinding tricks we've used in the past, hiding behind rocks that are just like weirdly shaped. They will no longer be fooled by such simple tricks. So you're going to have to get a little smarter, especially when we get down to some of the other changes. But yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
For sure. The cross platform anti cheat, they're not going to answer that directly how that works. That's fine. Let's just hope it's better than what we have currently. Updated minimap. The minimap's basically out of Survival of the Fittest for any of you guys that play it. You're going to be able to pan, zoom, ping, stuff like that. The queue system, they have not addressed the queue system. Unfortunately, it's just something
They
that's going to
have
be there.
actually. It's been removed until
That's only Survival of the Fittest.
no. That's why it's been removed from official as well for now, until they
Mm,
figure it out
I
in
got a screenshot
SOTF.
of that later. We'll
Well,
we'll
we can look
retrack
at it,
and make sure.
but they definitely said the queue system will not be there. I would have to go back too, but I'm
Yeah.
very confident because we talked about it in the last roundtable. They said that there will be no queue system until SOTF is added. So that
Yeah.
won't be at launch. I'll have to. Well, me and you can go back and try to figure that out, and we'll update the
Well,
folks on
I
YouTube.
got the screenshot of it in all this crap that we're gonna go over.
Okay, cool. Yeah, keep going. Sorry.
New third person camera with the option to opt out. Really not sure what that is. I'm gonna assume that ties
Is
into the new photo mode, maybe.
well, isn't that also what didn't they confirm that that's going to be the third person camera that is used in Arc 2 eventually? Assuming that
Yes,
they don't make
yes.
changes to that. Okay.
Directional sprint and walking, so almost auto walk or auto sprint, basically. The ping system, gamepad cursor for those that want that. I'm going to assume that's going to be pretty minimal. Chibi slot and skins tab, that's pretty huge to have its own separate tab. NVIDIA DLSS support. Photo mode, wild babies, and this has been confirmed. Not all dinos are going to have wild babies in the wild to catch or tame or however the process works. Not all are going to be there. New snap points improvements and logic improvements for building. The new building system is drastically different from Dolly's basically explanations. New character creator and customization, which I have a theory on that. I don't have proof on it yet. And then the
We'll leave the theories out
39.99
for now.
launch discount.
Okay, so we're gonna hit through all of this a lot more in depth, but I think it is worth mentioning. Was it the S Plus mod creator who got hired on to revamp the building system?
S Plus mod creator
I saw,
Orionson is the building creator, along with GG Fizz, that used to be a bigger YouTube creator, specifically building. He
so
worked on the building as well.
so that should be. I mean, if you've ever used S Plus, and I know almost all of us have to some extent these days, uh, at least they have, in my opinion, some of the right people on there, taking care of those things. Hopefully, it comes out very well. Now, funny enough, the Dino Baby thing is interesting to me because we've been playing the Hunted recently, and that's how the Hunted works. And I'm pretty sure you probably have the screenshot. Didn't Dolly say that you'll be able to kill the parents to get the babies,
Yes, yes.
which is a very similar to the Hunted. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's go to the next page, and we'll just start getting a little more in depth. Oh wait, this is more. Is this more?
Yeah, this is more, and then it gets in
Okay.
depth after
All
this.
right. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going.
And this is where the survival of the fittest and the Q stuff comes in. So first off, everybody's been asking when gameplay is going to happen. It's obviously going to happen when it happens. They've addressed this many times. It will be out before launch.
They're not
Uh,
gonna say though.
they will not tell us. They're not going to give us any hints. It's just going to happen. Boom. There it is. Console, PC, already did that. No server transfers until Scorched Earth, which is December. And here comes the Survival of the Fittest updates. Survival of the Fittest will be integrated into the main product as a fully supported game mode. It will have a dedicated team that continues to work on more gameplay changes, improvements, quality of life, maps, etc.
I don't think that's still true though. Wasn't it in the FAQ that they changed their? We need to really look into this because I'm pretty sure SOTF is no longer included in launch.
It's not. It's not. This is just stuff that they're
Okay.
doing to SOTF.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
Where was I? Oh yeah, SOTF is getting a Scorched Earth map. There's going to be character creator cosmetics apparently. I have a screenshot of that later. Lots of bug fixes, functionality improvements. Some of these are duplicated. See, I didn't have time to double check all this morning.
Yeah. It's fine.
New
It's fine.
DLCs, and there's the expansion packs. Explorers Pass for $19.99. Oh, that's inaccurate because they added those to the main game, so that's inaccurate. But at least tells you when the maps are coming.
Again, in theory.
Inaccurate. It's inaccurate.
Theoretically.
See, I wasn't able to double check everything.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. We'll get it corrected before we post it anywhere. So, do you want to update that now, just verbally?
So all the whole entire price for $39.99 for all DLCs except for the two new ones. The last information that we have of one of the new ones, it was supposed to come in December, and to my knowledge, they have not announced a delay with that. So I'm curious if it's going to launch with Scorched Earth. I doubt it, but they haven't announced a delay yet.
And so, just to clean this up a little, you'll get all previous DLCs
Of Ark
for the
Survival
base
Evolved.
price.
Yep.
So at launch it's $39.99.
Yep.
After launch, the actual retail price is $49.99 or more. What is it?
$49.99.
Okay, and do we know how long it's going to be $39.99 for?
Jat said yesterday or day before that they're still working on getting the contract with Steam finished. So there's no
Okay,
definition yet.
so in the beginning, for sure, $39.99
Yep.
includes all DLC except for new DLC.
Yep.
Okay, there you go, chat. That's a big one that's kind of been going a little bit where not everybody really has that information all solid. So that's good. Is there anything else you want to hit here right now?
Uh, Now at the bottom of that, it talks about the new DLC being in quarter four of this year. Like I said, there's not been an announcement of the delay, but I would expect a delay.
Okay, moving on. This is just we don't need to really go over this. The info will be there. This is all the new
Yep.
dinos. So you've got the one for Scorch, the one for Rag, you've got the one for Ab, and the one for Center.
Yep.
And And then are they still doing the? Is there one more?
They are the extinction is next, I believe, but they haven't started it yet.
Okay, copy that. Okay, so yeah, this again, chat. We're gonna find a place to post all of this, somewhere neat and clean, and we'll make sure that we. I'll try to help do. If not, do will do it because he loves doing it. But we'll get all this information and make sure it's 100% accurate. Because again, some of this stuff, I put some of this on him at the last second, so he didn't get a chance to like really
Be right back real
edit it
quick.
down. But so while he's gone, is there anything that you guys have a big question about so far? Let me say that things like not crossplay, things like the release date, things like specs, like required specs. We don't know the info on those yet, which is ridiculous. We should know that. There's no way they don't know what the specs are yet. I don't know why they haven't put that out. I mean, there's almost zero chance that any changes that happens for the rest of the month would impact their minimum requirements. I wouldn't think. Why is the camera so blurry? I don't know. Don't worry about it. Just don't look at me. Look at the list. So we don't know some of the main things still, which is that's for me, those are the frustrating parts. The frustrating part is that we are, you know, where are we at right now? More than halfway through the month, and we don't have minimum specs. That's just ridiculous. That there's some things that I don't really, it doesn't really get she's talking about the camera going blurry whenever I move too much. But there's things that I don't have a problem with them not telling us up front, but we should already have the minimum specs. There's no shot that whatever happens between now and release is going to greatly affect the minimum requirements. I would imagine.
I agree.
So I think it's kind of silly that they haven't put that out yet. Minimum 4090? Nah, surely not. I mean, I say surely not, but back in the day, like a couple of months after the first release in 2015, you basically had to have a like Titan or better. So maybe I
Mm-hmm.
guess it could be that way, but probably not. All right, let's go to the next one then, which is this. What do you want to hit? We don't have to hit all of this in order, so like we don't have to go through all of this, but
I'm waiting
because a
on
lot of
your
this is
screen to update, so I'm on the same one.
I'm on the next page, so just the page after that.
The cross-platform. Yep, there it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, there's the price right there. $44.99. So even I was wrong.
Okay, so
I knew I had it in
we,
here.
we said 49, but 44 is better.
I knew I had it in here. So $44.99 for all the content. That's pretty good. The mod dev kit will be available at launch. And then they go into explain why it's no longer free on here.
Yeah, we don't need to go through all that. That people
I,
can look that part up.
we're just showing basically what we're going to
Mm-hmm.
upload for them guys. Let's go to the next page.
The mod preview doesn't really show anything either.
No, that's where the
Super
Fluid
useful.
Ninja plugin got leaked though. So
Yeah. All right, here we go.
and this is where we get into the juicy stuff because this is all dev screenshots through Discord. It's a lot, a lot, a lot. So if anybody has any questions, we'll try to answer it. They've
Yeah,
confirmed
start at the top right quick.
talking about the green.
Yeah, let's hit the green.
So they're talking about a possible collector series after launch, meaning getting the dossier book, possible free weekend in the future. So like they did Ark Survival Fall, having a free weekend in the future. They're talking about doing Ark merch for anybody that plays single players or runs Ark servers. The console commands are going to be 95% the same, and this confirmed by chat. Fluid Ninja plugin confirmed. Launched by the end of October. There's probably 8 screenshots and all this info of them saying it's going to happen by the end of October. Small tribes is happening at launch. If your PC is old and you want to run high settings, Dahlia's recommend upgrading with all this. It's just if you're running old equipment, time to do it.
The problem is that old is very.
She said 8
Old.
years.
Oh well, that's okay. That is old.
And then
Still, that's
each
not a
new,
minimum requirement. Just
yeah,
keep that in mind.
that's just some
That's
run
it.
max settings too.
Yeah.
Each new creature that we vote on will have its own trailer with the map it was voted for when that map comes.
Okay.
And these are all in screenshots throughout all this stuff. It's a lot to kind of.
So let's go through some of these then, because a lot of this is. So what do you think of these as like super important? Oh, I think this isn't important to the information. I think this is just something to consider here. Okay. Uh, you have a marketing department, and then the response is honestly not really. People
Yep,
double up and wear multiple hats. This right here, chat, is why we probably haven't seen the trailer yet. I don't
yep.
think. I think the multiple hats. I think this hat is probably not the primary hat that anybody is wearing, and I think that's kind of rough.
I could agree with that. And it's funny, right below that, it's like said, it's like, is that a rule? Because our marketing department would disagree. So it's like they're contradicting one another.
Yeah.
And then the other reason think we're not getting a trailer or gameplay right now, look at the bottom. We're moving offices at the moment. Could that do anything to do with it? I don't know, but
Just takes longer to
maybe.
get things on the same page, maybe.
Yeah.
Also, why are we moving offices on the 13th of October when we're supposed to
Yep.
launch Yeah. I mean,
Exactly.
they probably don't have a choice. I'm sure it wasn't like, hey, it'd be really smart. We should move offices in the middle of our launch window. But still, that seems just so really stupid.
The, other than those, the big one on this one is they are testing all platforms, whether it's Windows, PlayStation, Xbox, Steam. They're testing all platforms. So, obviously it's dev testing. They have limited time to test this
Yeah,
on
yeah.
top of trying to patch the game. So taking to consideration that they are actively messing with all platforms.
Yeah, and I think that's important. I think that goes back to the because anybody who played Windows 10 knows that Windows 10, and this is not even about the cheating. Windows 10 as a platform was one of the jankiest, most horrendous experiences you could get in Arc. I'm pretty sure that even mobile Arc ran better than Windows 10. So hopefully, and they've talked about Windows a couple of times in these DMs, I'm pretty sure. Hopefully the new Windows version is not just absolute trash. So yeah, I saw that too, Dab. I think
I got it
Chat has
in
a lot of
this.
hours.
Yeah, I
And
got it in this.
there's a lot of other I don't think this is a secret, but there's a lot of other people in the company who are playing 100%. And they probably I don't know this to be true, but I'd imagine they have friends and family that are playing, like really close family probably has a key, especially if you like have kids that you can play with. I'd imagine that's probably happening. So
Yep.
there's people playing it for sure. Like we're not going into a game that hasn't been played and tested. Now, obviously, the difference in testing if you're a dev at Wildcard and if your guts destroy you, that's a different kind of testing. That will not happen until we get to touch it. That's just, in fact, that's what he says right here. Once you go live, thousands start touching the game, and that number cannot be matched by the workforce. They'll find things that would have taken us 10,000 hours to find. So that's just one of those things. There's gonna be bugs for sure, but I don't expect this to be a new game bug experience, but we'll just wait and see. But anyway,
Yep.
let's continue to not talk about things we're guessing on. Let's try to keep it to things we can prove. Where do you want to go to? Because
Uh,
most of this is not necessarily
well,
specific. It's some
well,
of
the
it's
next page, you remember how you was asking me earlier about the launch discount? The next page has a screenshot of him talking about the launch discount.
where's that?
Right in the middle, a little while, we're still working out the deets of the platform
Oh
with the
yeah, yeah, for the
storefronts,
storefronts. Right, right, right.
and that's with
Okay.
the Steam
Yeah, yeah.
discount. And then at the bottom confirms the dedicated storage.
Oh yeah, so we will get dedicated storage. That's a huge deal because I think everybody was so focused on cryopods that we all assumed we wouldn't get Daddy storage, but
Yep,
according to Jat, it's going to be there. Daddy storage day one, which I actually think is great. I think that's actually
that's
really good.
huge.
Minus the I don't know how much that affects their ability to stop duping, but screw it. I'll take the Daddy storage all day, every day. So I
Same,
think that's
same.
good. Um,
Other than that, they talk about the photo mode that creators are going to love, essentially.
Daddy storage, you guys are fucking ridiculous.
Let's just go to the next one because it's
Yeah, I did.
minuscule. The next one talks about gamma being able to be changed. They're keeping it. They're not getting rid of it, guys. Even if they could, monitors are going to be able to do it, and that's the truth.
Yeah, it's pointless. It's pointless to change it. As much as I hate to say it, the I thing is much more of a problem, in my opinion, than gamma. Gamma's just gonna. I mean, like you said, you can just change it on your monitor. So
Yep.
stopping people from doing it doesn't make any sense. But I think it's important actually to look at the dolly thing about above that, because this is not the first time. This is probably the 10th time that they've commented that you will have everything you need to make your decision about whether or not you want to purchase ASA before you purchase it. Now, I like to be very specific in my communication usually. What that doesn't say is you will have it a day before, or multiple days before, or multiple hours before. Because technically, as long as there is a video the same time that the game comes out, I can just choose to watch the video first.
Yep.
I think it's very important to read what they do not say as much as it is what they do say. And so we just don't know. We just don't know if what they're saying is yes, the day before, 2 days before, 3 days before you'll have it. What it means is you can watch a video before you press purchase. That's as much as we can guarantee at this moment. So I think what we can confirm, if we can confirm anything from that, is that the trailer will at the very least drop the exact same time as the game. That would be
100% at least.
that would be what I think. What's up, Ms. V? How you doing? What's up, Spoopy?
The max amount of
Um,
notice that I see us getting is a week. It's just they're waiting as long as possible.
yeah. So maybe we see something Friday. I'm actually pretty confident we see something Friday. I'm not sure what it is though. Yeah, but exactly, Reno. I think that's important for people to remember is that 10 minutes before is still true based on how they've worded what they've worded. So you even if it is 10 minutes before, that still gives you time to watch it before you buy it. So I think it's important to remember that whether it's intentional or not, they are not saying a whole lot of things, even when they are saying some things. So
Yep.
keep that in mind as we read this. Don't let your assumption work either way. But yeah, that was just the bottom part of this. And again, we're gonna have all of this will be available for you guys to check out. We're gonna figure out the best place to put it so you can just see it easily. And you can kind of go through all this and read exactly what the devs have said in case you don't want to try to fight through the official Discord to find it all.
At the bottom of that, somebody asked him to compare Ark Survival Evolved versus ASA, and he said ASA is better by miles.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives people hope.
What is it that he said about easier to access shoulder pit inventory and more colors for mutations?
It's coming. The next page or 2 pages? It's coming.
Where was the question? I see the answer. He says, um, yeah, he says easy way to access shoulder. Did I go? Did I skip a page? No,
Nope.
right?
That's literally all there was for it. There was no question. He just
Who's he
literally
responding to?
I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. I could not figure it
Maybe that
out.
was a follow up to the
To the
Oh, he said
spoilers,
maybe he said I gave out 2 spoilers earlier. Maybe that's what he's talking about. I don't know. Whatever.
maybe.
But that's actually not bad because one of the things that people don't think about very much is when Sinnohs come back, switching back and forth to your Sinnoh inventory to like loot kits is like a pretty big deal. And if that gets faster, that's going to be nice. Plus, I mean, let's be honest, every person who breeds dinos ever on any platform, on any type of server, has to be excited about the fact that he basically confirms here more colors for mutations and dies.
Yep.
So that's
So,
pretty cool.
so your camera studio is going to get better.
Yeah, exactly. Granny's glamour shots is gonna have more options soon. uh,
And he talks about the cryopods there and the which version of the island we're getting.
yes. Is the kibble system going to remain the same? It'll be the latest version of that system. So I'm just assuming that means
What we
what we
have
have
now.
now.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Okay. Another person says, I just requested vacation for the end of October. Give me a clue if I took the best choice. End of October, you should be good. Again, read what they don't say, not what they do say here.
Yep.
Because end of October is doesn't mean anything without some context, really.
The funniest part of that page is at the top. You guys created the most satisfying looking grass I've ever seen. Quote from a modder. Oh, and he does
uh,
mention that ASA has its own content pipeline in addition to the original content.
that's just talking about the DLC, I'd imagine, right? The new DLCs.
That's my guess. We obviously there's nothing to go with that.
Okay. Um, I I think it's worth noting that they have confirmed that we certainly don't know everything that's been changed. Um,
Correct.
I mean, you can see it right here. There's honestly a lot of QL stuff we haven't that has gone into ASA, and I'm excited to talk about it in the future. So, I would imagine that we're gonna have a lot of new things to learn, uh, at least to some degree. But again, this is what today. Is this actually today, or what
No,
day is
no,
this?
no. Oh,
That was 2 days ago,
sure.
maybe.
I would have to go through all that stuff and actually date it.
But once again, just more of them saying we are on track. We are on track.
I didn't have
Oh
enough
yeah,
time to date everything.
here's where Jack showed that he had played for 500 hours, which is a decent amount for playtesting.
Yeah, for
Let's
a
not get
dev,
it
that's
twisted.
decent
If
time.
yeah, if you're playing the game and making the game, that's a decent amount of playtime. And I think it is worth noting. This isn't about confirmations or not, but Jack knows his stuff. He's not an idiot. He's a very competent, and very confident, and he has been around official as well. That doesn't mean that they get it right every time, but you should be a little bit excited as a official player to know that at the very least he's probably seen a bunch of the things that we'll find, whether it's
Yep.
good or bad. So, and then Dolly shows that she spends all her time responding to people on Discord and Twitter instead of playtesting. She's only got 17 hours.
Hey, but look at that leak of the achievements. Exact same as the
Yep.
Ark Survival Evolved.
Yep. 32 achievements. Well, we're assuming. Could be not, but we're assuming.
They could add
Um.
more.
Let's see what else we got.
What I don't understand is there in the middle. I wish we could show more. Hard to keep a lid on this. Like, why can they not show us more?
Yeah, we don't know that, and I'm not going to get into
I
why.
know.
It's not even worth having that conversation.
Like, we'd like to show you more
Still,
info, but we can't.
yeah, still more. We're not behind yet, and don't wish that on us. Um,
And this is where it gets into the Steam page, I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah. Yep.
yeah, this is where they're talking about the policy. Did somebody ask about the policy in
Yep.
my chat?
It's
I think
been
somebody did.
all over the place.
Listen, chat, as is almost always the case, when you listen to creators, even some of my favorite people, a lot of times they have half or less of the information, and they make a whole lot of huge assumptions based on those that information that they clearly, clearly misinterpreted.
While, while,
Um,
while we're talking about that, I gotta take my dues. I misread it too. I thought because it said coming soon that it would be tied into Ark Survival Evolved. I said the same thing. Like, oh, hey, they got to do 2 weeks, but no, because it's early access, they don't have to do it.
that is correct. It had nothing to do with anything, and the fact that a bunch of doofuses online thought that they know better than the people who've literally been working with Steam for 8 years, not like they're brand new here, is hilarious. Do. And I'm just kidding. What's up, Omni? How you doing, buddy? What are you trying to say? I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say. Okay, so this is just more of the same thing. Don't get overhyped. This is them just admitting they had no plans to ever put anything good in the crunch last week.
Crunches, yep,
Not
it's
all of
still
it, but
coming
last week
out.
for sure. It is, yeah. Another Jat saying it's coming out this week.
The next
Will
page
there
is where
be
it
extra?
starts.
Okay, this might actually change the thing here. Will there still be extra paid DLC with 4 new creatures, or was that scrapped? It is not scrapped, but it is a while off though, and I'm reluctant to talk on that. That may
Yes.
mean that December is not, which is I don't have a problem with this personally because I don't care about the new content. I want them to iron out all the problems first. So I think this is probably good. But
Oh, somebody in chat saying survive the Ark tweeted. Oh shit.
what they tweet?
I'm about to look right now.
An in-game screenshot.
Oh shit.
Why would they do that? Why would they do that, bro? We spent almost no time getting this together, and then they're gonna go and do that. Oh, from photo mode? Actually, that's pretty cool.
Oh, that looks good.
Chat, is it worth me looking at, or am I supposed to
Yes,
be
yes, yes,
disappointed?
yes. Look at it.
Okay, we'll bring it up on the screen then.
So does okay, this they actually might put it on Steam tomorrow then if they're doing this now.
In-game screenshot in photo mode. That wait,
Smile,
I
ASA
have
certification builds have been submitted.
this doesn't give me anything, but I want. Oh my god!
Holy crap.
So is is does the in-game camera? Oh, bro, that looks insane.
Looks phenomenal. Holy crap. Like I got the jitters, bro.
Okay, well that's weird. Don't get weird.
Getting excited.
I have so many questions now. Because if that's how good the texturing is going to be on an in-game asset,
It's gonna be nuts.
yo, what's up, Jackson? Yo, Jackson, talk dirty to me, baby. Oh yeah, I forgot. My bad, chat. Yo, chat, look how wild that looks. I want to know how edited this is.
I don't think it is.
Bro, yeah, right. There is no shot they took this and didn't edit. If this is what this game actually looks like, oh, oh, God.
It says in-game screenshot. I don't think it is.
Yo, if a boss said my PC's gonna burn.
That's why. All right, boys, definitely time to
Hey, chat.
upgrade.
We were talking about whether or not you should upgrade a minimum requirements. Yeah, you might want to upgrade. That looks wild. If this is an unedited shot of an in-game asset, that is out of this world.
So
Jackson, can you confirm? Are you willing to confirm that this is literally an unedited
who? You got somebody in
Jackson?
chat?
Yeah, Jackson's in here.
Is that a dev?
You don't know who Jackson is, bro?
No,
He's
I know Artbender.
he's the map maker or the map artist.
Gotcha.
Come on, Jackson. Find out for me, bro.
Somebody confirm, please.
I need somebody to confirm that this is an unedited camera shot of an in-game asset. Dude, that looks insane, bro. Yo, I'm not even gonna play art no more. I'm just gonna be an art dinosaur picture photo taker. Okay, I'm not gonna call this confirmed, but Jackson said he does not think this is edited. That's a
Holy
wait. Are
moly.
you swear to God you think this is an in-game asset? I won't hold it against you if you're wrong. I just want to know your thoughts because you would have seen enough to make an educated guess. Is this really how good the in-game assets look right now, Jackson? Is that what you're saying?
Like, dude, if he's saying that, we're talking a whole nother level.
Hell, I might have to upgrade.
What are you running right now?
I'm not upgrading. Things look pretty good. That way, hey, hell, that's as close. That's more of a confirmation than we normally get. Edit that out of the video. I don't want to get in trouble by Wildcard. Okay. Well, that looks sick, dude. That is out of this world, insanely good looking. Chat, if you want to see it, Ark Survival Evolved, their Twitter. We're obviously gonna do this quote. Holy shit. Is this unedited? Is this an unedited in-game asset? Please. 3 pound sweet baby.
What? Why would they do this now? I'm confused.
Well, because remember that whole part we were at earlier where they don't have a marketing department?
That just changed
Yo,
everything.
can somebody tell me who's wearing the marketing department hat today, please?
Were they watching me and Willie or something? Like, what's going on here?
No, they were not watching.
No, they weren't.
Sure. No, that's for sure they were not. Dude, that is wild. That is wild. All right, let's get rid of this.
Now I want to like put that as my wallpaper.
Yo, that is wild, bro. That looks so good.
And that's with the photo mode. Could you imagine the thumbnails like people are gonna be able to do with that?
Oh my god.
Okay,
All right,
where the
so
hell was we?
Good call, chat. Good call. Why does it look so good? Hate that the devil. You know what? Everybody yesterday is like, bro, this game ain't coming out in October. This shit is stupid. They're lying. That's never coming out. This thing's terrible. They're like, oh my god, I knew it was gonna be incredible. I knew it in
Oh,
my
there's
heart
an
of hearts.
announcement in the Discord too.
What did it say? Anything different?
We're in certification, gang.
That's big. That's big. Do you remember what cert used to take? It used to take several days.
So if they're in certification, holy shit, they might do it at TwitchCon, Willie.
It could be. When is TwitchCon? This weekend?
Friday. Friday.
I mean, it lines up with the crunch. All right, don't stop. Stop. We're here about confirmations, bro. I'm not here to get 170 people pissed off because me and you started pulling wild card dev shit and started saying shit that, that we can't confirm. We're gonna just confirm everything. Okay. I will now currently confirm that shit looks incredible.
Dope.
And if
Yeah.
you haven't seen it, I'm sure you guys all saw that. But if you did not, go check that shit out. I will link it to you now. Here you go, chat. There you go.
That's just nuts, dude.
Yeah, it really is. Come to Vegas? All right. You're going to be so bad if it's. Why, Miss V? Let it be wherever it's going to be. Just let it be quick. Give it to me. All right.
Where are
we at?
we, by the way? Yeah,
I don't know. It's going
exactly.
to be so hard to focus now.
Uh,
Okay.
oh, we're on the not scrapped for the DLCs.
Right. Are there any chance of more detailed content roadmap? We have a pretty decent roadmap that you have that we can put up.
Oh yeah, I didn't even.
Here's another Dolly saying we're on track for the end of October. Everything's okay. You'll be able to view a trailer before you buy it. Once again, remember what she did not say was you'll be able to watch a trailer days before you can buy it. However, I would say that after the post today, maybe that's a little more likely. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is where Dolly makes fun of Do.
Yep. But it's
So
also about
note
the
run,
Explorer notes too.
the note run will not be removed, but they have discussed the XP balance. I bet they don't change it, but maybe they do. Maybe they do.
Well, she goes in here. Have we discussed Note XP and associated balance? Yes. So it's unclear what that balance is, but they have balanced it. They're aware of the
Yeah,
player
upgrade your
feedback.
PC now. Yeah, you should
The
upgrade
player
your PC
feedback is
now.
obviously Note Run is overpowered.
I mean, it's not. It's not really though.
Well, the only
It is
argument
if
that
you
I
play
have.
PVE. Listen, we all know that.
Think of it this way, Willie. Right after launch, we're gonna have extra life, and we're gonna have probably 10, 20 times rates. So if they don't nerf it, we're gonna have max level players within a week or two of launch.
Yeah, but that's not gonna change anything.
I guess.
Like this, the only thing that this will ever apply to is PVE or unofficial because it doesn't matter what you do to official. The sweat jobs in official, like for Maz, will be level 105 on day 3.
I guess that's
Guts will be
true.
105 on day 3. It doesn't matter what they do. Like it doesn't matter. And the whole thing is that the swamp, even like the note run, doesn't really it doesn't give any advantage, which is why I don't care about it. Because everybody has the ability to run one. If you suck at it, that's your fault for
That's
sucking
true.
at it. Go run another one. You can just run us another one. It's like that doesn't matter. But there's no advantage gained from the note run. So I mean, they can still choose to change it. It just won't change. It's not it's not going to change the pacing at which people hit high levels. It's just going to change the effort required.
All right. Let's see. Oh, they go over the crossplay at the bottom of this to
OG
reiterate
time was
exactly how
anticipated
it's
to be high
working.
level. Yeah. Oh yeah, the crossplay. So I already went over this before. We'll go over it again. There's 3 options at launch for crossplay. Steam by itself, no crossplay at all. Um, console only crossplay, so Xbox and PlayStation. That will be its own thing. And then, so that's where all the sissies will go, and the wimps and the chickens. All of them will go there to play. And then all of the men and women who have huge balls and ovaries of steel will be playing on the full cross play, which at launch, unfortunately, is Windows, PlayStation, and Xbox. But then in December, and I use quotes for that specifically, in December, that will merge with Steam. So eventually there will be two different ways to play the game. It'll be full crossplay, Windows, Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, and it'll be Xbox, PlayStation if you want console only.
Yep.
Can we go through the difference between Steam and Windows? Sure. Windows is in Ark Survival Evolved, Windows meant Windows 10, which is a really, 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 I cannot stress enough, really dog shit version of Ark. Um, but a lot of that was due to things outside of the control of Wildcard. The new Windows version. So this is, we're talking about the Windows Store. So when we say
Yes.
Windows 10 or Windows version, you'll buy it on the Windows Store, as opposed to on Steam or on Epic. Now, actually, let's talk about the Epic thing. Can you find where the Epic thing is? Is that in here?
You told me to not worry about it. Just finish what I was doing, so I did.
See if you can find it real quick while I go on about Steam and Windows for a second. If you can find it. Because and I have still not seen a word about Epic at all. But so if you found it, I would like to have that. And then Steam is Steam. So in the begin at launch, Steam will be by itself, and then the Windows Store version, the Xbox version, and the PlayStation version will be together. And in December, or whenever they get the certifications lined up and they're able to upgrade or update all the different platforms at the same time, the Steam version and the Windows, PlayStation, Xbox version will be merged into one thing. No, Guts. Apparently they changed that. Apparently, there will not be, unless do find something else, there will not be Epic at launch, but Epic will be there later.
Yeah, give
So
me a second.
probably, I would imagine that they would probably try to bring it in when they merge Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox. But we'll let him find it. So it that could still be true. Google Stadia is dead. Google Stadia is not even a thing in itself anymore. Um, at launch, just for your personal information, rather, will be on Steam at launch. Yeah, I'm not sure. That's the thing, Guts. I mean, that I'm not sure. That's just dude is looking it up now. If he finds it, he finds it. If not, we'll leave it at it's not gonna be Epic. But I mean, we know what cert means, unless it means something different now. Did cert mean something new?
Cert is basically games done. They submitted it to publish, which
Yeah,
since
we already
tomorrow's
knew that though.
Tuesday, we could see it on Steam tomorrow.
Certification is just the final step that we have to take to release a game on consoles, and it involves the game being heavily tested on specific platforms to ensure. Yeah, we already knew that. This is certification's been the same since it was on console ever. This was always the thing that made Steam get updates first, so that's not different. But that's good news though. Yeah, Dab, that was always the case. Steam doesn't have a certification process, but Xbox, especially old Xbox, I think they got more lenient over time, but I could be making that up. But Xbox, and I'm assuming PlayStation was similar, had very, very, very stringent, especially long ago, certification. Think of it like Apple. You know how Apple, the whole thing is like, Mac computers don't get viruses? Is because
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot more required to make apps for Apple than there are for Windows. Windows is like open source, do whatever you want, submit it. They don't give a crap. Use at your own risk. And for a long time, Mac was very much, and probably still is to some degree, was very much a little bit more of a locked down um, situation, and that's the same as what Xbox and PlayStation were. Yeah. No, that's a good call. That's a good call. So yeah, that just means that right now what we're waiting on, because we know for sure we're releasing everything on the same day, so it's not going to be like PC and then console comes out a week later. Uh, so we know for sure that this means they're close. That doesn't mean that they're going to put it out the second it's certified, but it does mean, however, that once it has been certified, it can no longer be changed without another certification. I'm pretty sure. Meaning meaning that the
Uh,
playable version of the game is now done.
Dolly posted in Discord certifications final. Oh, you already read that. Never mind.
Yeah, it's the thing that Tia posted.
Oh, is Tia here?
No, she posted on Twitter.
Oh, okay. All right. I can't find it right now.
That's okay. We'll find it later. We'll find it later. But yeah, so then for now, we'll just say that it is not confirmed that we'll see Epic, but I trust that you saw it because you wouldn't lie to me. What's up, Rebound? How you doing, bro?
I see where they're talking about like
Yeah,
trying to get it
Strap, that
uploaded.
the Steam policy experts are um
So we're on the next one now, right? Yeah.
what's the nice thing we say about Steam policy experts? They're misinformed. We'll say that. We'll say that. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Yep. So we can keep moving.
This is more about the plays
Yep.
testing.
Everybody in the studio's doing it, and they can't tell us when the trailer's going to drop, but it's going to be in a crunch. So could they do a random crunch on a day? Do you know of one on a random day? Because I
Nah, it'll
don't.
be a Friday. If wait, where does it say it'll for sure be a crunch?
In the bottom of that. Go
Well,
back. I
it
think
just
you
says
went
I
too
wouldn't.
far.
It says I wouldn't have told you. I would have put in a crunch. So maybe they're gonna announce the trailer in the crunch.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, okay. And then we got more end of October. Yes, everything is still on track. Um,
Trying to
this is
see where
more
you're at.
monitoring, talking about the breeding and raising and the cryopods. They're going to monitor feedback. So here's another thing, chat. If you're if you're annoyed or have a problem with what's going on, make sure that you get in their Discord and make your voice heard because they're going to monitor opinions. And unless you want my opinion to be, like, I don't mean mine specifically, but creator opinions to be the loudest voices they hear, you should get somewhere where you can share your voice.
Yep.
So go to the Discord, message them, not
Forums.
message them, but post on Twitter um, with them, tagged. It's their official Discord Strath. I'll grab the link for you 1 second.
I think the invite link is maxed out, but they could just join it based off the like name or whatever. It's Play Ark. Discord GG's. Play Ark.
The maximum number of server invites has been
Yep.
generated. Holy crap!
It's been like that for
They
a
need
long
they so
time.
in other words, a manager needs to delete some, but they're never gonna do that probably.
Probably not.
But that's fine. So yeah, you just look it up on the thing. Right now, there is a confirm that the Rhino will be on the island. Yes, it is confirmed that it
Yes.
will be on the island.
What other questions have we had that maybe I missed?
Yeah,
Well,
chat. You guys go through, give us some questions because we've hit a lot of this information. Most of this is just reiterating stuff that we've already kind of talked about or that you guys have heard about. Give us some things that you want to know. Is there things that you're not sure about? It is a steal from the. Okay, well, so that's not that's not quite as impressive, but still impressive. Actually, it could still be impressive. I don't know how he made the trailer. When is Ark 2 coming out? Ark 2, that we don't. That's
2025.
not. Yeah, 2030. Your kids can play it. Have
Oh,
they
which?
changed the breeding? We don't know for
Yes.
sure what the changes are, but they have made lots of mentions of changes. Yes.
Which page are
They,
you on
I
right
don't think
now?
they. I'm not on a page. I'm just answering questions that people are asking.
Gotcha.
So if you know where some of this is, I'll let you look it up. Retail price for ASA will be $44.99 normally, but at launch there's going to be a discount at $39.99. And just to clear it up, $39.99 or $44.99 after launch discount will include all DLC except for new DLC.
Correct.
Okay.
And movement speed is only staying temporarily. They're testing it, so it'll stay if it works. Otherwise, they'll change it. They're monitoring it.
I My opinion of what happened to Arc 2, this is a guess. This is not, I have no information. My guess is once they decided to use ASA to learn Unreal, they put a majority of the team on ASA. And a majority of the team has been working on ASA and learning Unreal and learning what it can do and getting ready to put out ASA. And they will go back to Arc 2 after the launch and the initial update window for probably like the first month. I'd imagine.
Yep.
That's a guess. That is a guess. I don't actually know.
I remember them talking about the
Cobra, would you
DLC.
shut up?
Let's see.
On the Tame Cap, have you seen anything about Tame Cap at all?
Yes. Dolly said that they are still testing that there's not a hard number yet. I think I have
Will
that
rafts
screenshot in here somewhere.
will rafts and what you call it platforms saddles count against it?
Oh, I don't know. They haven't said that. They were just talking about the limit.
What happened? Okay, what happened to Arc 2? Do we believe it's submitted, or are we going full tinfoil, thinking they are just claiming to have it submitted, so when they delay it, they can blame it on the. No, I think
It's
Enema.
100% submitted.
Well, again, if we say that it's possible it's not submitted, then we have to say that they are very aggressively lying.
Yeah,
not not just ignoring or not letting it letting it slide. They are literally physically lying on purpose to your face. I don't think that's how they would do it,
correct.
unless they were just so tired of everybody's crap and they were about to quit making the game anyway, and it was all a joke.
To answer
So
Linux's question, the price is for everybody the same, and mods are on all consoles or platforms, rather.
that's correct, War Pig. We saw that. We're excited.
Uh, did I miss another question? I think that's
There we go, Dab. That's actually huge. So apparently, it's a still from a video he took testing the trailer in ASA, and it's in game. So that is an in-game asset. It still could be edited. Obviously, it's edited. You can tell whether it's the camera option or he edited it in after the fact. I mean, no game is going to have that much bokeh effect like
right.
without editing. So it's either the in-game camera or he edited it after the fact. But it's definitely been edited. So some type of way, but that doesn't mean anything necessarily bad. Retail price once again $44.99 and $39.99 at launch. Do we know what Arc 2 will even be? Cobbs, it's gonna be the only thing we really know is a game with more dinosaurs, but Souls like combat. They have talked a lot about NPCs at one time and quests.
And they
Uh,
casually dropped breeding in Arc 2 the other day in Discord. I was kind of disappointed in that.
what did Fuego have to say about the screenshot? Did he post something? Is the movement speed for survivors staying at 100? As far as we know, it will be at 100 at launch, and they will be monitoring that. They have not said anything else after they said that you won't be able to level movement speed unless do know something I
Nope, I haven't. They're just testing it.
don't.
All right, let's get back on topic because you got what, 15 minutes?
Oh crap! Yeah, I gotta go pretty soon
All
here.
right, so let's. I'm on
Um,
page 17 right now. Let's see.
We don't really need to go through most of this. If you find something that's interesting, then yell it out. But otherwise,
Oh,
let's just answer these
page
four questions.
18 is the content that's going to be available at launch.
Oh yeah, I'll leave it there for people to read if they can see it on the screen. Yeah, Strath, you won't be able to upgrade movement speed at all, so it'll be at whatever they determine 100% to be. Whether they bump the default up a little bit or not, we're not really sure. We're not really sure.
So here's where they confirm cryopods, the cave choke points, tech creatures, the rhino on the island, mechs. Let's see what else. I don't remember what else they did on this because this was a lot.
Are you sure that price point is the same for consoles? It is, right? 100%?
Yes. Yeah. December for Scorched Earth. Howdy. So cryopods are not going to be available at launch. Tech creatures are not going to be available at launch, but the Rhino is going to be available on Island at launch, along with dedicated storage and anything that's involved in the homestead integration. Whatever tech is available for the Island boss will be available. There's going to be new cave like balance passes and changes. Let's go to the next page. See if there's anything on here. Oh, they answered, you're not going to be able to do like INI settings for unofficial for cryopods. Mod developer will have to specifically do that. They said that the nav mesh for the dinos, which is the AI path fatting, is really good. Taking rooms with the island are going to be available day one. Next island or next page, page 20. I'm just trying to move fast for you because you don't have much time. They did say that there might be a possible tutorial on the dev kit with S Plus Dev showing how the new building works and how to like make a mod out of it. They talk about that they picked the 70 slot cap on official servers, not Nitrado. They also determine how many we get. And then in this, Dolly says, hey, we want to observe a critical mass without cryos for early access, along with other things that we've tweaked. It's not just using them, it's literally just a test and see.
Okay, real quick, dude. Master Sergeant said, does anyone know who will decide what modes, or I think he means mods, will be paid and who will pay for them, such as the server or the player? So we know for sure that paid mods are optional right this second. Is that true?
Correct.
So
The mod
right now, the
developer will
modder can
be able
decide.
to, yep.
Mm-hmm. As for if the server will have to pay and the player, I don't know if we have heard that, but
I haven't heard anything on it. If it's
he said
anything,
that's a 4 out of 10 screenshot, and there's better ones. Mother of
my
God.
God.
Uh, any estimate
Oh,
on when Scorch will drop? Kyle, supposedly December, but I would
put
take that
quotations
with a
around that.
grain of
Yeah.
salt at the moment.
At the bottom of this, it goes into detail about the Windows that you was talking about because you're more familiar with the Windows 10 version, so you can kind of go over that.
What is it now?
They talk about the Windows Store at the bottom of this page we're on right now.
Oh yeah, talking about how it's a much different version, way more updated than Windows 10 was. Windows 10 was awful. They admit that it was awful. And I think it is important to note that one of the things that was really awful about Windows 10 was that there was no anti-cheat at Windows 10 at all. Zero. None. Not even the smallest amount. Um, Windows 10 was truly the Wild West in Ark. This, they have confirmed, will be complete with anti-cheat. Now, whether or not that's going to be worth a crap, whether or not it's going to stop anything, those questions I can't answer. But there will be anti-cheat for
Yep.
sure.
All right, let's go to the next page. Let's see. Oh, they
70
explain.
dino cap. We don't know the answer to that yet.
Yeah, 70 was a slot cap for players.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
You mean player cap? Well, Miss V said 70 dino cap. I'm not sure.
Mm,
Exactly, man. Yeah, sorry. So we don't have a dino cap yet. As far as we
not
know,
yet.
there has
Nope.
not been one assigned. There was mention of it, but I don't think. I think in that correct, do they said that they don't have a number yet?
That was, I think it was last week they said that they still don't have a number, so they're still working out. They might have it now, like today, but as of
Right, but they
last week
haven't
they
posted
didn't.
it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. And also, they have not, or they have said that the server numbers will be the same. I wonder if they'll still do 100 for. Weren't there some servers that had 100?
Conquest and Classic.
Wasn't there some on official that had 100? Or am I making this up?
Maybe
Right.
what were they called?
No, maybe it was
LTD
Conquest.
or the limited transfer, whatever they were called.
Oh yeah, center was 100 at first, but they removed that, didn't they? Didn't they drop that back down? Anyway,
Uh,
those will probably be the same for now. Will battle metrics work on ASA servers? In theory, it should. If you play on Steam, we won't really know any of those things.
until
You should be able
launch.
to use battle metrics just the same, unless they make massive changes to what they share with the API and with Steam. Um, but
Let's
that's
go to
why
the
you get
next
a
page because you're
legitimate
running out of
account.
time.
I told him to let me know if like I need to jet.
Oh, okay.
We do not have a date yet, still
Nope,
apparently.
no date, but now that they've published and it's in certification, it's going to be real quick. Steam usually responds within 24 to 72 hours, give or take.
Steam doesn't even have cert. You don't have to cert with Steam.
Well, they say cert because it's like I'm talking about Xbox and all that.
Yeah, yeah. But I
But
mean,
even when you submit your game, you still have to wait for Steam to be like, "Yeah, we're good."
well, I would imagine that's already been done. Like, let's be honest, they've been working with Steam this long. I'd imagine that whatever they needed to get done was probably already done.
Probably. So here they go into explaining why we're having to charge for it. The UI is more readable, which is good. And then at the bottom is the big parts. There was a question about Evo vents still being in ASA, and chat says I'd prefer that they didn't get so crazy as they did in Ark Survival Evolved, but the stakeholders have the say in that. So that kind of clarifies why some of these things still happen. It's because
Mm-hmm.
the shareholders basically get to make that decision.
Because they want to make. Well, it's not really that the shareholders are deciding as much as. That's the nicest way of saying it's financially motivated decision
Yes,
making.
correct.
That's not to say that the shareholders actually had an opinion on it. It's just we're gonna make the financial decision we need to make for our
Game is
shareholders.
not available for purchase right now. You'll be able to see the game before you could buy it. So now that they're publishing it and certifying it, I'm going to assume we're going to see it in the
that
next week.
that screenshot is all you get. You have now seen
The game,
ASA.
yeah, yeah,
That's everything. They have followed through with their promise chat. Now you can decide if you're gonna buy ASA.
right.
Yep.
What page you on? Oh, you're on GG Fizz. This is where GG Fizz says he's working specifically with the building. The next events, the trailer holiday events, are going to get trailers most likely, and that's confirmed by chat in this like photo group here. The loading in time has sped up tremendously, which is fantastic news. And he also confirms that not all baby dinos will be in the wild in this, along with NVIDIA directly working on ASA themselves with their own integration.
Which is a
And
big deal.
that's huge, huge, huge. That'll help our FPS like massively. And then for everybody that does Extra Life, like Willie, every year, we're doing an Extra Life event again this year. It's going to be super exciting. It'll be right after launch, so it's going to be crazy times.
Yep. Get ready to farm.
Are we already to the last page? How many pages was there? I lost track.
24.
Oh, we're almost there. Jesus. All right, page 23.
shut up, Psycho. Your stupid medieval tank helicopter game.
They do
Go
go
screw
over
yourself.
move speed and crowds here. Just keep in mind they're wanting to try new things. This is the time to try new things in a new game, a new engine, the new tech. Like, let's just try it. Let's see if we like it. Dolly gives her own personal opinion on what move speed should be, in her opinion. That doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I honestly agree. I think 135, but it's pretty close, a pretty good number, 140, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody asked her what the new mechanic or feature that is her favorite in ASA. And she said the environment, ambience, sky, and water. So basically the weather, you know, outside stuff, making it feel like it's a totally new game.
That's actually pretty cool. Remember, Dolly has played official PvP. She knows the game. Like things that she says, you can at least know that she's has an understanding. It may not be something you agree with necessarily, but she has an understanding. That's a big deal.
Yep. All right, next page.
Oh, your building system is screwed, Psycho. Get out of here.
Yeah, your building system's done. They've already, yeah. They said building's so different in ASA. This
The
is
rest is just more like a lot more.
this is specifically the cave chokes right here. This is all this is.
Yeah, and she's right. Yeah, that long post right there is 100%. The beginning is correct. I wish if they would adjust building mechanics on Tames, that would be wild. Can you imagine no more Dick Quetzes and Dick Racers? That would be awesome.
And they might. Unfortunately, we just don't know.
Yeah,
Well, chat, any other questions for Willie has to get off of here with me?
that's right. We got to go do one of the most hilarious boss fights I've ever even thought of. Crossplays are so there will be crossplay day one, not transfers, and that's again if you pick the console crossplay, that's um, Windows and PlayStation, and if you pick the bigger one, it's Windows, PlayStation, and Xbox. And then in December, unless things change, all of them get put onto one. So you'll have Steam, Windows, Xbox, and PlayStation, and then you'll have the other cluster, which is just console.
Yep.
Oh, trues. Oh man, Psycho. That's actually a really good point. You know how everybody just like mashes their dinos together to make
Together to
sure they're
breed.
breeding?
Yep.
Yeah, good luck, bro.
Breeding's gonna be different. Building's gonna be different.
No,
Uh,
Psycho. They don't like me that much.
we don't know if it's gonna be on Game Pass. They haven't addressed that. We know Ark 2 will be, but ASA, it's hard to say. Ark was and Ark 2 will be, so I want to say yes, but they haven't announced it yet.
Biren, as soon as we're done here, dude's gonna spend the rest of his night finding that epic post so we can look at it.
Yeah, they did
We'll put
address
it.
Epic. I just don't remember who said it, so I have to go digging and find the
We'll
evidence
look.
for it.
We'll post that in my Discord for sure, and then we'll add it to this info when we figure out a good place to put this.
I think Tia is going to have the best place to post it, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll talk to her and see if she's willing. Wild dinos will now find a way inside your base. Maybe, maybe.
Maybe.
We're actually not sure. But that would actually. That's a good point. It could. It could be possible. I think the biggest thing, Viren, was that Epic has a pretty weird stance about mods,
Yes.
and I don't know if they'll be able to. That doesn't matter as much for official. So maybe you can play Epic on official, but I feel like there's no point in them doing Epic otherwise.
Oh, Dolly responded to your tweet? Oh boy. Let's see. Let's see.
What did she say?
You're going to find it before me.
Yes. Please keep in mind it's photo mode, of course, but that is 100% in game. Personally guarantee it. That is
I love you, Dolly.
dope. That is dope. Cause what? So let me. I'll read between the lines for you guys. What she's saying is that photo is edited 100%. using the photo mode. So, which actually, if she is saying that picture was done solely in photo mode, I'm not going to ask her to iterate on that. But if that is what she's saying, the ability to so basically, if that's true, then what they've done is they've given you the ability to let's say use different lens types to get the thing you're looking at. So the bokeh effect, which is the blur behind the main focus of your picture, you can do that with a real camera, obviously. So that may mean that the photo mode is actually super, super, super dope. That is wild. If that is true, if that was not touched outside of the game, even if they use the camera mode, if they did not edit that at all outside of the game, that is wild.
Insane. Yep.
Yes, that is like super super cool. Oh, Ned's got the comparison.
Who?
Oh my god. It's kind of crazy. The old Raptor actually didn't look that terrible, but look at the coloration. Now I kind of want to know what was touched up. I doubt they'll tell us that, but I wonder if they like use Photoshop to make it more clear. It still looks 1,000 times better. Look at the difference in the eye.
Yeah. Ark Survival on the
That is
left. Yeah. It
insane,
looks
bro.
good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Feathers look more detailed. Scales look more detailed.
Yeah, Famaz. So that the question is, did they do it in game? Is that an in game thing or a filter out of game?
That's awesome.
So
Good find, chat. Good find.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, listen, chat. I need you guys to give it up for my man Do, because Do put all this together for you guys. We wanted to put all the information we had in one place, because there's plenty of information out there, but there's not a place that is easy to find where it's just all the information listed top to bottom. I'm going to do my best. If Tia would respond to me, I'm going to ping Tia until she responds. Help me, Tia. Please stop ignoring me. These are my cats, by the way. I see you. I can't spell. Posting on Twitter. Okay, there we go. But yeah, chat. Thank you very much for hanging with us. The stream is not going to end. We're going to move back, and we got to do a boss fight. I'm going to tell you. I'll tell you what I think we're going to do. It's not up to me to decide, but I'm going to tell you what I think we're going to do, because it was an idea I had and I wanted them to do it. And we'll see if we come through. But we're gonna do the Gamma boss fight in the Hunted mod with the Monarchy crew on Gallimimuses, where there'll be 5 drivers and 5 shooters in the back, like on the back of the saddle, and every so often a buzzer, a